Fear on the High Seas. A serialized gay romance taking place on the Caribbean cruise liner, the Majestic Coral. Sail with me as I bring everyone on a Caribbean adventure with romance, humor, and possible destruction. Penned by Ryland Mason, narrated by me, Brian Shepard.
Chapter 7. Justin. Eric had led them both up onto the deck. Justin's eyes wandered as he looked around at the people running about, putting on life jackets, along with the sight of people actually getting in boats to be lowered down into the sea. A dark abyss. Nope, can't do it, he thought to himself as he watched Eric talking with another crew member. Passengers began to line up and were helped into a lifeboat closest to Justin. So, not to get in the way, he stepped back, still waiting for Eric. Chance. Oh my God, what about Chance? I can't leave the ship without Chance. I need to find him, he said as he made his way back into the ship, down the stairs to the deck his cabin was on. Using his keycard to open the door, Justin was met with an empty room. No Chance, as he even checked the bathroom. Maybe he was already off the ship. Maybe he was on a lifeboat. God, he hoped so. Justin left the room and began his way back towards the top deck when the door at the end of the hall slid closed, preventing Justin from opening it. Damn, I'll have to go around. Just as Justin turned to head back the opposite way, a man was standing at the other end. Justin could see that he was wearing a uniform. Thank God, a member of the crew. Excuse me, can you help me up to the deck? The door is closed and won't open. Can we get there the way that you came? Justin asked as the man just stood there with a grin on his face. Of course, sir, right this way. You should not be down here. We are evacuating. If you follow me, the hallway, you'll get back to the staircase, Devine said as he motioned for Justin to go ahead of him. Thanks, we should get moving. As he proceeded to walk down the hall, it seemed as if the guy was getting closer to Justin, when, out of the blue, he saw stars and the back of his eyelids as he was whacked in the back of the head. Justin went wide-eyed as he came to as the ship shuddered. His head was the first to remind him that he was hit. Realizing that he was not moving as his hands and legs were tied, his mouth was gagged. Great. No yelling for help. Looking around, Justin could see the computers, servers, wires, little tiny green and yellow lights dancing around the many black boxes on the shelves. The man seemed to be talking to someone, yet Justin saw no one until Devine looked over at him while holding the phone. Boy, you're either dumb or you really have no clue. So in that case, I'll tell you. Boy, Justin, are you sure you want to be with this guy? He can't even keep you close, loser. Yeah, if that's your type. Sad, really. I really dig redheads. Captain, does the name Charlotte Summers ring a bell? Devine said as he looked over to Justin, who was just sitting against the shelf with his knees to his chest. Devine, hanging up the phone, just smiled at Justin. Oh, hello. Welcome to the party, Devine said as he knelt down in front of Justin, looking dead in his eyes when another grin came across his face. We are going to have some fun, you and I. This plan just got a whole lot better, Devine said as he reached a hand towards Justin's face, ripping off the tape from his mouth, taking the gag with it. Why are you doing this? What do you want with me? Let me go, Justin pleaded, trying to loosen his hands. With no luck. Sorry to ruin your perfect date with your not-so-perfect boyfriend, but I just happened to see you lost and thought I'd be nice and keep you safe. Lord knows Eric didn't try hard enough. Seems you ended up on the wrong side of safe after all. No worries. You're alive, and that's the way you're going to stay. Unless, lover boy screws up. You should thank me, Justin Fox, with 2 X's. you get a front row seat to you watching this ship go down with its captain. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope you guys didn't plan another date, 'cause there won't be one," he said as he reached for what seemed like a tablet he was disconnecting from one of the wires. "You have no clue what you're talking about. Eric cares too much about this ship to just let you sink it. I'm sure he can't wait to get his hands on you. By adding me to the mix, well, it still won't matter. He'll save the ship," Justin said with determination. Yet doubt started to creep in. Would Eric follow Devine's plans and go down with the ship? Or would he defy him by trying to save Justin? Was Justin just another lonely passenger that Eric was toying with in hopes of sleeping together and then that's it? No, there's no way that's true. Not the way things have been going. The conversations at dinner, the tour of the ship. Eric was proud of the ship. Justin remembered the way he would point everything out and be excited to know someone was learning something interesting. There was a connection. They both confirmed it. He called me babe, and I'm fine with that. He held my hand more than once. Oh, God. I think I'm in love with the guy. Earth to Justin, you can romance about your murdering boyfriend some other time. Time to see where he is on the ship, as we are slowly getting closer to our destination. Ah, there he is. Oh, it seems I was right. Not a very smart man. He seems to be with someone. Oh, your friend Chance, was it? Oh, well. He still has no disregard for other people's lives. Oh, well, what's one more to the party? Up, let's go, he said as he grabbed Justin by the arm, yanking him up to his feet, as he had cut the tape holding his hands and arms, legs together. Devine, then taking the phone off the wall, pressed the button, waiting as Justin could hear it ringing. Hello, Captain. I see you made your way to the shops. Justin, did you need anything? Maybe Eric can get you some flowers, so later you can lay them out where he drowned. Oh, how romantic. Anyways, Captain, the shops are currently closed. The sale from earlier seemed to have blown up and they just ran out. Get it? Blown up? He laughed, causing Eric to drop the phone, grabbing Chance as they ran out and away from the shops as the explosion went off, sending Eric and Chance to the floor as windows smashed out and the fire crept up along the ceiling out of the display window, mounting the mannequins in the process. Alarms started to blare as the fire doors started to close, both scampering off the floor, Eric getting to the door first to hold it back while Chance made his way through. Chance now through, Eric released the door by stepping out of its path, allowing it to slide closed. There's not going to be anything left to the ship. You keep blowing everything up. Here's a thought. Why don't you do us a favor and blow yourself up? Justin said as they walked out of the room, still attached to Devine's hold. Now, I'm not sure why you're making such a fuss. You hate cruising. I'm your worst fears come to life. Yet you live in this story, unless you're just as dumb as Loverboy, which I don't think you are. So I suggest you shut your trap or I'll make you, and you wouldn't want that. The ship is going to sink anyways. No one is going to be shopping anytime soon. So shut up and move, Devine said, while also keeping a gun to Justin's back. Hello, everyone. I'm just going to stop right there. Here we are, Chapter 7. Oh, my goodness. Which means there's only 3 chapters left of this story. So, they're going to be just a little bit longer because now I need to start wrapping everything up everything up. So that way we can move on to, the other series. So the plan, and one of the questions from last week was, how long does it take for you, for the process to get started with the book? Like, how long did everything take? And I have to say, it probably took about a month to come up with the plot and the story, where I wanted it to be, who, how I wanted to write it. Did I want to write a book straight through? Long chapters, 25 chapter maybe or something like that, whatever. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I'm just starting out. So I think if I go the serialized route, which seems to be picking up steam, maybe that'll be easier for me to write. 1 chapter a week. I could at least do that. That's like 6 to 7 pages. I only need about 20 to 23 minutes of recording time. So that's about 6 to 7 pages. But I need to keep consistent and keep writing. So, yeah. But other than that, yeah. So that was the question. It only took me about a month. So thanks for that question. But here we are, chapter 7. Oh boy, things are just turning out for the worst. But that's what happens, right? So keep asking the questions. Follow me on Instagram, author.r.mason. You can follow me on there. I usually follow people back. I'm usually good about that. I'm also on Facebook, Rylan Mason, RYLAN MASON. I also have my website where you can get all of this information anyways, which is rylanmason.com. So there you go. All right, so let's get back to chapter 7. Thanks again for the questions. I love talking to people and answering questions. So, all right, here we go. Reaching what was the Monte Carlo Casino and Bar, a room which Justin remembered on his tour with Eric the other day. The fun was nowhere around. No signs of machines digging with lights, people laughing, drinking as they played, as it was obviously empty. No one pulling on the slot machines, no groups drinking wine and playing at the crap table. Devine led them to the back of the casino, out of sight. Justin noticed Devine watching his tablet and reaching for the phone under the crap table. "Hi, Captains. Sorry about the shops. It seems I made Justin here mad at me for doing that. Oh, well. I suggest you stop moving around the ship, Captain, as we're almost to where we are. Meaning, Justin and I get off, and you go back to the bridge and die, as poor Justin watches from afar, with me. So what's it going to be, Captain? Do as I say and go down with the ship, and the redhead lives? Or do you do something stupid, and he becomes fish food? No use looking for us. You're wasting time." And before Devine could say any more, Justin gave a big kick to the slot machine that he was leaning against, causing it to spill coins out onto the floor. Devine realized Eric could hear the coins hitting the floor, as the other end, where Eric should have been, was now just a thud as the receiver hit the floor. Justin raced towards Devine, taking him out, and both landing on the floor. As Justin scrambled to his knees, then to his feet, started to run towards the doors and down the hall. There was no looking back. Just keep running. Almost there. It was then when he turned back to see if Devine was behind him, he ran right into Eric, knocking him to the floor, as Justin trips over Eric just to land on top of him. Justin, looking at Eric with a relieved look, quickly changed as he was feeling guilty at the fact that he was thinking Eric didn't care. Even if it was for a split second, he still felt terrible about it. Here he was, happy to see Justin. I guess it's all right. "Hi. As much as I wish we could stay like this, we need to move. I have a very worried Chance waiting for me to return. I'm sure he'll be pleased with what I bring back." "I know I am," Eric said, as he finally released Justin so they could both get to their feet.